love of my life, dearest companion, and finally, after more than 6 long years of waiting, my soon-to-be wife. I've struggled a lot with conceiving how I could possibly express in the words of this vow my feelings and emotions in this moment. In the end, I wasn't struck by divine intervention to boost my speech skill for anything eloquent, so I'm just gonna go with what I know and am good at, and have structured my vow as if it were a technical paper, and I just hope that that somehow comes off as endearing or something. Section 1, Introduction. I don't know what inside me drives it, but for as long as I can remember, I've been excitedly dreaming of getting married. Something about being unconditionally close, committed to, and intimate with someone every hour of every day is and always has been something that I've wanted in my life. With that said, and it's hopefully obvious given the context of what we've got going on today, it is my objective to marry you and only you today, to, among other reasons, achieve that dream of mine. Section 2, Background and Motivation. There is not enough ink and paper nor time in the universe to completely cover everything that I love about you, and how I know, without any hint of a doubt, that you are my soulmate and the only person in the world that I have eyes for and wish to call my wife. I'm nothing if not one who doesn't know when to quit though, so allow me to present you a short highlight reel of my most treasured of your best hits. You are incredibly smart, fiercely driven and passionate, strong, resourceful, curious, funny, kind, patient, and that's to say nothing about how on top of that very impressive resume, you are the most unbelievably beautiful woman on this earth. I love how you push and help me towards being a better version of myself every day in every part of my life. I love how in many ways we are opposites, but that there has never been a moment where you have not supported me in all parts of my life. I love everything that you are and that you believe in, and will love you with everything I have for the rest of our lives. Section 3, Methodology. I knew from the first day that I saw you in the lab at Georgia Southern that you were the one. I don't understand how, and can't explain how I knew, but I knew. It felt like an eternity before I was finally able to muster up the courage to even ask you to hang out outside of the lab, and I will always remember playing Pokemon Go with you on the Georgia Southern campus, and the feeling that I might just have a chance with the girl of my dreams. And while I don't remember what we ate at Longhorn for our first date, it was probably steak, I can say for certain that was the best $70 I have ever and will ever spend in my life. Although I guess an argument could be made for your engagement ring. I will always treasure the memories of Border Bash, Halloween Horror Nights, birthday trips to Asheville, getaways in Salzburg, Thanksgiving in Germany, Legos and pizza and hotel rooms, moving in together by Grant Park, proposing to you at Dragon Con, buying our first home, and so many more. And at the rate we've been going, I have a lifetime of new memories waiting to be made in our future. Section 4, Results and Conclusions. So wrapping up my concise and very natural flowing vow, I want to say, Margaret, I love you with everything that I've got. I'm not perfect, but I promise to you that I will always be the best man that I can be for you. That I will always do everything I can to care and support you. That I will always be open and honest with you. That I will always love you. And that I will do all of those things for you and only you for as long as I draw breath. You make me feel so loved, appreciated, respected, and happy. And I promise that my life's driving goal is to return those feelings to you. The feelings and love that you shower me with every second of every day. I love you, Margaret.
You wrote that at the car wash?
Every season right. Hi, everybody. Good evening. Thank y'all so much for being here. My name is Cree. I am Margaret's one and only younger sister, so I've had the blessing of being that my entire life. She got 3 years without me. I don't have the same. But Margaret, for my entire life, you have been my best friend, even when you hated my guts because I was an annoying little child. Every day of my life, I have looked up to you and watched you as you forged your path into the world with ingenuity and honestly, downright stubbornness. Girl power. You have been my role model and taught me to stand up tall and proud in everything I do, and today is no different. You walk down that aisle like the absolute warrior goddess you've been born to be. Being the atypical and excessively strong-headed women that we are, we have both had difficulties finding men that will put up with us. But by watching you and David over the past 6 years, I've seen what a strong and supporting love should look like. Nothing would make me happier in life than to continue following in your footsteps and borderline copying you at everything you do. Thank you for all the love and support you have given me as I've grown up. You really don't know how much it has meant to me. Even in the times when I said we hated each other's guts, you still showed me support and love, and that's something I'll never forget. I grew up my entire life thinking about. You have been my #1 superhero for the past 25 years of my life. As you step into the next chapter of your life, I want to be there for you in all the ways you've been there for me, even if you don't realize how many there really were. I love you, Margaret, and I love you, DM. Cheers to your forever happiness.
All right. Good evening, everyone. So for those of you who do not know me, I am Taylor. I guess that means I'm the best man. I'm sorry, Zach. I'd like to start by saying that this is a true joy for me to be standing here. If you asked me 6 years ago if I ever thought David would even speak to a woman again, I would have said no, so let's all cherish this moment. Now let's talk about the man of honor, David. A few things about David. First off, he's way too smart, though he doesn't do a great job at hiding that. He's funny, caring, ambitious, and according to him, he's now mature. I don't know how you're defining that, buddy, but maturity probably does not involve an obsession with League of Legends. I guess that means I'm also not mature. Anyways, David is a man of incalculable potential, so I'm very happy to be alongside him up here to follow along in that journey. Kicking off that journey right next to him the whole time is his wonderful new wife, Margaret. When David first told me he met someone, I thought he was 100% screwing with me. Here are some real messages that he sent me at the time of this relationship. Starting with David. Taylor, I might be developing some of them there feelings. Oh shit, for real? How do you know her? Well, she works in the lab with me. Is this a one-way or a two-way street? I don't know, this is a rather recent development. Well, you best get to knowing. In all caps, I'm bad at this whole girl thing. So as mentioned in those messages, David and Margaret met at a lab in Georgia Southern. Thank God Margaret is also insanely smart, or I'm not sure David would have ever left that lab. When I finally met Margaret, it was easy to see why David was so enamored. She's smart, kind, and miraculously the only one patient enough to deal with his most hyper moments. Somehow, Margaret has seen through all that and decided to spend the rest of her life with him. Now that is true love. Now I could stand here and list all of David's accomplishments, but that would not take very long because he was in school for 42 years of his life and is just finally starting to make things happen. Instead, I want to share a quick story that shows you the kind of guy he really is. Last year, I had some medical troubles that led to just a really rough patch for me. Of course, I was chatting with David along the whole way. One day, I get a call from David, Absolutely no warning. Hey, are you home? Yeah, what's up? Look out your window. And I swear to you, this man was outside of my window holding a 30-pound box of Legos over his head. He had bought me the most expensive Lego set, the Titanic. Lego is a hobby we both share, and this moment is one that not only turned my depression in that moment into normalcy, but also one that I will cherish forever. That's the thing about David. No matter how bad it gets, he'll make you laugh through it and help you get through it together. All jokes aside, David, you've been one of my best friends I could have asked for. You've always been there for me, and I know without a doubt you'll be the same kind of husband to Margaret. She's lucky to have found someone who will not only make her laugh every day, but will also stand by her side through thick and thin. And Margaret, thank you for making David a better man. You've brought out the best in him. You two are perfect together, and I cannot wait to see where this journey takes you. So everyone, raise your glasses. Here's to the shining new love, laughter, and a lifetime of memorable moments for David and Margaret. May your marriage be filled with adventure, joy, and a lot of patience, because David is definitely going to need it. And I will leave you with a quote that David personally messaged me in 2022. Now, get you some thorough sleep, wake up, and make the world a more wonderful place in the morning than it was yesterday in whatever way you can. Cheers.
David, it's been 6 years, 2 weeks, and 3 days since we first made the commitment to be each other's only. In those 6 years, we have laughed together, cried together, lived together, and lived apart. We have learned together, worked together, raised puppies together, and bought our first home together. In this short time we have been together, you have helped me grow as a person. You have taught me patience, perseverance, unconditional love, forgiveness, and so much more. I see the love you have for me when you let me sleep in those 30 extra minutes in the morning, when you help me with my garden despite being an inside boyfriend, when you drive us on long trips so that I can nap and most likely not kill us by falling asleep at the wheel. Thank you wholeheartedly for loving me the way you do. I was asked to describe our relationship, a theme that describes us, and without hesitation, I knew it was that we are a team. Together, we are an unbreakable force, unstoppable from reaching our goals for our life together. We have and will work through anything life throws at us together. For the rest of our lives, I promise to cherish you, to make you feel loved and never alone. I promise to support you and to help carry you when life's burden is too heavy. I promise to listen and help guide you when you need it. I promise to always be truthful with you, even if that truth may be uncomfortable. But most of all, David, I promise to love you wholeheartedly, unconditionally, and without limits. There's no one else I want to spend the rest of my life with. Trust me, you've given me plenty of chances to run away. I love you, David Michael Mothershed.